Karen and Michael, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Karen, your kidney started to fail, and what was the next step?
My dad gave me a kidney 22 years ago, and for me, having it fail, was devastating, but the next step is get on the transplant list, and I had to start dialysis, which, that's always tough, but it's what you have to do. So definitely transplant list is the way that I had to go first.
And Michael, what was going through your mind?
Well, watching my wife, the person that I love, go through dialysis is just a tough road to go down, because it's just like 8 hours a day, sitting at a bed, having blood being, in her machine and filtered. But just prayed to God that things would work out for her.
But you were thinking other thoughts as well.
Well, the other thoughts I was thinking, where my prayers were, is that someday I'd be able to give my kidney to her to help move her, to expedite her place in line, which can take 7 to 10 years for a person to just wait for a kidney. But going with this new program they had, where I was able to donate my kidney for another person, moved her up in top of line. Within 3 months, we had the phone call.
Wow. And talk to me about that phone call.
Well, I was doing some shopping one day, and Karen had went to the dialysis, and I got a phone call and saw that it was the hospital. So I picked up right away and said hello, and they said, we have some good news. And immediately I broke out in tears, because they had said they found a match for my wife. So I immediately called her. Well, not immediately. I walked around trying to get myself back together, and I called her and said, Karen, are you sitting down? She said, absolutely. Of course, Mike, I'm in my dialysis chair. And I said, we have some good news. They found a kidney for you. And then she began to cry and feel the joy.
Yeah, talk to me about your reaction, Karen.
Oh my goodness. That morning we had just done our devotional and decided that it was time for me to get what's called a fistula into your arm, so I could start doing dialysis at home if this was going to be my life. So when 2 hours later you get the phone call, it is very emotional. I was just so overwhelmed, and of course you just start to cry, because it's humbling.
And at that time, how were you feeling physically?
Oh, physically, I was pretty exhausted and very low in weight. And it was a struggle. It really was.
It was tough for me to watch her go through this and suffer. So this was like a dream come true.
So talk to me about the date for the surgery.
They told us it would happen on June 20th. So, I only had to make it that next, what was it? A month, I think it was. We had to wait to get all the preparations, but it was just so exciting knowing that I wouldn't have to suffer, thanks to my husband.
And how did it go?
It went phenomenal. From the moment that they said they found a kidney, then I had to go to the hospital to run through tests to make sure I was capable of donating a kidney. And it was like, I felt like I was being run through the gamut, but hey, I was good, and I felt great. Success. Yeah, just donating the kidney for her to speed things up, and it was great.
And it did go flawless. Yeah. So we couldn't have asked for better nurses, doctors, everything. They knew what they were doing.
And Michael, you said that they really made you feel special because you were donating.
Well, as a donor, I didn't realize this. You were looked upon as a hero in hospital, and I kept saying, well, I'm sorry. They said, well, that's just wonderful what you're doing. And I said, hey, I'm just giving my wife a kidney like anybody else would. And they said, no, this is not just and anyone will do this. This is you're special. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Give me some extra food.
You are special. You both look great. How are you feeling?
Feel wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah. It is wonderful to be back to work and to be healthy, and things that you take for granted unless you go through a situation like ours.
Well, what a wonderful story. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.